Hey y'all, it's me. And this is part 4 of So I Married a Con Artist. Now, my ex husband likes to spend money. And when I say spend money, I mean spend a lot of money. And one of the things that he's told everybody who will listen, his family, his friends, anybody he meets new, especially women he's trying to date, is that I'm some kind of gold digger that was only after him for his money. So just to set the stage, when I met my ex-husband, we met at Papa John's Pizza, where I was a manager and he was a delivery driver. He was already in the military, but he had gotten a job at Papa John's so that he could make extra money because supposedly his ex-wife was taking all of his money out of his bank account on paydays. And this man lived in a room that he rented from a friend and had a futon, a computer, and a TV. That's it. And he asked me to move in with me pretty much right away. And so I rented a room from my friend that I worked with at a modeling agency, and he moved in with me. And then 9/11 happened, and things got kind of crazy, and he was a first responder at the Pentagon. And then shortly thereafter, we got an apartment together. And when we were dating, he had told me that his first wife had run up a ton of debt in his name, that she had gotten something like $80,000 in credit card debt and purchased a car without his consent. And y'all, I believed him. So 3 years after we got married, we filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. And we ended up having the bankruptcy discharged. And we discharged almost $90,000 worth of debt, most of which I thought came from the ex-wife and her terrible spending habits. But by 2011, he had run up another $70,000, $80,000 in credit card debt, and things were looking really, really bleak. And when the creditors stopped giving him more credit because it wasn't a good idea, he started taking out student loans and forcing me to take out student loans in my name so that we could pay to go on vacations as a family. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. My ex-husband's education was paid for by eArmyU because he was enlisted, and my education was paid for by his GI Bill. So we had no reason to run up student loan debt. But by the end, I think it was $60,000, $70,000 for each of us on our student loans. And then in 2014, the Service Members Civil Relief Act came out. And it basically said that if you were in the military, you could send a letter to all your creditors and they had to refund you any interest or fees that you paid over 6%. So we sent out all the letters and they eliminated all of our debt. And all this debt he was running up, some of it was purchasing things, and he would spend so much money on the credit cards. And I could barely keep up making the monthly payments. I was clipping coupons and shopping sale items and going without so many things for myself and my children so he could get a collection of World War II memorabilia, beer steins, nonsense home decor, and then began the excessive spending on sporting events and sports memorabilia. And do you know that this man in 2017 paid $16,000 to take his best friend to the World Series? And then the next year, we went into debt counseling. So he would just spend on vacations and watches and jewelry and belongings and shirts and home decor, and it never ended. And as soon as I felt like I was getting ahead, I would get another bill in the mail that was unexpected, and I'd be like, what is happening? And he kept me financially ruined for years. So then in 2017, we filed for debt counseling. And debt counseling is when they negotiate a lower rate for your credit cards. And so if you owe like $3,000, they might settle for like $950. So in 2017, we wrote off, because we were a team together, right? We wrote off almost $90,000, and he had to agree to pay back $40,000. And it was a monthly installment of like $1,200 a month. So he was spending and spending and spending and spending and spending. And he was buying things and running up my student loans up to about $100,000 and his own student loans up to about $65,000, but not for our school because that was paid for, obviously. It was just for nonsense. And then in 2020, the House passed a bill to automatically forgive student loan debt for disabled veterans. So all of his student loan debt was just wiped away, clean. But I still had over $100,000. So even though he tells everybody that I took everything in the divorce, which we'll talk about on a future episode, and that he took all the debt, he did take all the unsecured debt because he ran it up. And I kept my student loans because it was an equitable decision. It needed to be equitable for the judge to agree to it. But I had $100,000 in student loans for vacations that my ex-husband planned and wanted to take. And I'm forced to still take out student loans because I'm getting a PhD in communication from Regent University. And I'm currently ABD, so I'm an all but dissertation PhD candidate. And I should be graduating with my PhD in May. And after my ex-husband left in 2019, I repaired my credit. I paid all my bills on time. I didn't take out credit cards, and I was able to refinance my house, which is worth like over $1 million at this point, for 2.5% interest. My mortgage is less than $3,000 a month on the McMansion I live in Bakersfield, California. And even though I have almost $200,000 in student loans at this point, it's all going to be worth it because my PhD will give me a pay bump at work, and I'll probably be able to publish some books and probably make up more money in the end. But after our divorce, my ex-husband got remarried, and he financially devastated his third wife. And do you know that he is currently also filing for bankruptcy again? Y'all, and I didn't know this until I went to the court system to find the AmeriGas lawsuit settlement, and I saw he's being sued by all kinds of credit card companies. And this is recent. So I found out from his third wife, who he's currently in the process of divorcing, that he is in fact filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and has an attorney. But this is really curious to me. And money just seems to fall from the sky for this man, but not because of his hard work or his good luck, but because of his cons. And I can't wait till the next episode where I expose even more. But you would think that he would be done, right? He'd be done spending. According to his Facebook, he's still traveling, seeing beautiful places and experiencing the wonders of, dolphins in captivity, which, as an animal lover, I find horrific. Stay tuned, though, because part 5 is going to drop later today, and it's a doozy. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the series so far. Follow, share it with everyone you know, and like, and leave me a comment about what you think, because it's going to get even juicier. This tea is hot, and I can't wait to spill it.